Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live. If you happen to be logging in live on the original air date, which is, I want to say it is Thursday, December the 22nd, 2022. We are actually in a 2222 energy. So for many of you, collective, there's a lot coming into balance. There's a lot of shifts happening. But this particular live, I'm sharing just to inform you, as you guys can see, when you click on the picture, as you guys are coming in, it's like this funny picture of like this ugly witch behind a computer. I'm sorry, but and the title is "They're Still at It." Collective. Okay, those of you that are newly subscribed here, I just want to say welcome and thank you. Some of you have um, subscribed after having been following me on my TikTok platform. And so, if you're not following my TikTok platform, I invite you to go to my YouTube homepage, and there should be a link somewhere in the homepage where you can click on the link to TikTok, and it'll take you straight away over to my actual TikTok. But last night I did a live on a collective reading that was entitled something like "They're Bothered by Your Development." They're bothered by your development. And the the live went all the way through to the very end. Okay. I closed it out and everything. And then after I went back in to check on some things, it had that particular live dinged as a violation. They're already under the gun. So, collective, you guys already probably know this if you're a content creator yourself. Sometimes in these social media platforms like the community guidelines review board, supervisors, sometimes these individuals are karmics. Okay. And so they operate in a partiality, a biased. Um, some of them may have religious bents. And so they're targeting certain content creators, such as myself and others of you that may be similar. Because how is it that on that live, I went through the entire reading and the entire live and even ended the live? Okay. So they're trolling. What I'm saying is they're now trolling and targeting those of you who may be growing at a rapid accelerated rate, but they're operating out of karmic energy and bias. Now, in my humble opinion, that particular reading really wasn't filled with hate speech. I'm just being honest. Okay, you did hear me say things like return to sender for people who were coming in there projecting distorted energy, which again, I'm going to say we have a right to defend ourselves even energetically and in social media when we can sense people coming in with an ugly nasty energy. We do have a right to say I wasn't like going off saying F you and it wasn't like that. It was assertive. And then I would get back into the reading. Now, why am I laughing? Because what was coming out this particular reading, which I will share with you all because I'm appealing that, and then even how they process it, whatever, you still get to get access to your content. So one way or the other, I'm going to be sharing that reading here on YouTube. But I'm laughing because in the reading, it was like you guys had become unfuckwittable. We were trying to discover why the collective, why people were being so fucking bothered by some of you, your development. And it's because these people have given it all they have to attempt to destroy you, to come against you, to try to humiliate you, to smear campaign you, to try to embarrass you, to steal from you. Some people try to kill you. You guys know. I mean, some of these folks have gone through extreme lengths out of their insecurity, their jealousy, their envy, their mental illness, yada yada. And so I'm laughing because afterwards, I talked to my guys. I knew what that was. They were triggered and bothered by that. Whoever was assigned to troll my live and sit in there to the very, very end of it, okay? Because it wasn't even interrupted. This is what lets me know. It was the very, very end. I actually ended the live. So these are committee review board individuals that are partial and biased, which I'm asking my ancestors highlight them and put them under the gun. Why am I saying that? Because in social media, I've seen all sorts of content that goes on and that's not reported. And this is why this thing needs to be dealt with energetically and from the higher ups. Because a large platform like TikTok or YouTube, you know what I'm saying? There's no way all these people are divine in nature. Some of them are even competitors in the field. So they go about trolling and they just look for any technicality. As I was looking at, I looked at the guidelines and it said something about it was a way it was worded. And so I'm like, they're trying to get very slick at that. But yet I still see and hear on TikTok as well as YouTube and any other social media platform things far more grotesque, abrasive than the things in which I create. So that's why I kind of smirk and laugh because this is what's going to happen at the end of the day. Collective, likewise with you. I told you guys this and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I will not be silenced. I will continue to speak. If they tear one thing down, I will build another. And then I'm going to call judgment on social media platforms, owners, guideline community board reviewers. I'm gonna call judgment on them and ask my light team to expose all of their nepotism and their partiality and their biases, even as it pertains to their own religious bents, all sorts of things. Because see, all these things come into play. Because how do somebody sit and review something? Okay, they review it, right, based on a set of guidelines, but they have to make the determination. They have to make the call. Absolutely not. And I'm going to ask my team to expose this. But collective, I just want to say they're still reporting and they're doing it in a sneaky way. Okay. And chances are they could very well be one of my karmics. They don't have to be one that I'm aware of. But in some cases, it can be one of my karmics that's trying to find a slicker way to try to shut me up and bring me down and all that good old shit, right? Now, how is it connected to the reading? Well, collective, some of these karmic individuals know that some of these masculines that they're dealing with, if you're a divine feminine, um, their big deal is all about status. Okay. And if you happen to be, not that you're trying to be, but if you happen to be growing and accelerating and getting attention, and they know that these particular masculines have, that's like their thing. So this is their way. They figure if they can silence you, if they can get you taken down, if they can get rid of you, if they can make you sick, if they can do all these weird nigga bitch shits to you, that hopefully then these masculines will see, oh, they're a loser. I don't want them. That's just why I want these karmics. And oh, the karmic was, wooty woo, childish shit, low level nigga bitch shit. Okay. But they do. And I just want to encourage you all to smile and laugh at this because to me, it's a vindication and validation of that reading. It was accurate. They are bothered by you all's development. This is what got them all in uproar because some of these people, like I said, whether it was unbeknownst to you or not, they spent all their time, money, energy, and resources attempting to bring you down. You guys were supposed to be brokenhearted under the freeway, crying, carrying a can, shaking it for pennies, beggars. It was supposed to keep going to further perpetuate the narratives that they wanted you to fit so they can look like they're right and so that they can look like they're winners and so that they can look like they're better. But the reality is that it went into reverse. It caused you all to develop as where on them it put a curse. It put a curse on them because some of these people are currently going through some bad karma. We had be unfuckwittable. Okay. Then we had cry and boss up. Okay. And then it says pro tip, do both. So it's not that you guys don't have emotions or that you don't feel or that things did not affect you. You just learned, collective, if this is resonating, you learned that you can do both. You can alchemize, you can use the shitty shit that people did to you and turn it into your shine. You can you guys basically started mastering alchemy. Okay. And so they're triggered by your gifts, they're triggered by your understanding, they're triggered by your survival skill, or because if some of these people had to undergo the very shit that they were sending to you, wishing on you, doing to you to try to make your life restricted and hard, some of these people strategized good and plenty so that you all can feel alone, hoping that that would make you give up on life because you don't have anybody. But you guys tapped into the reality that you may have more than they do. Started connecting with ancestors and so forth, and realizing that strength is not necessarily in numbers, not all the time. Because sometimes we got some higher ranking energy that's gonna outrank the numbers of the fuckery and gonna put them all in their place. And see, I feel like for some of you, this was a long time coming in the making. You cried your tears, you went on. You let people do what they do. You let them mock you. You let them laugh at you because you stopped caring. Okay, that be unfuckwittable thing, you stopped caring. And so their attempt to troll and watch my live video into the very, very end, and then at the very end, after I ended, all of a sudden say, this is in violation. Like I said, they could be starting to troll people and sit on their lives, but I still believe that certain groups of us are being targeted. Ooh, why is this platform growing? Why did they get 25 um, new subscribers or new followers or whatever? Whatever the situation is, it's targeting and it's trolling and it's actually against the law. So I'm asking my team about bringing those types of people down in these industries, social media, TikTok, YouTube, exposing them, um, and putting them under the gun so that they can learn their own perspective life lessons. You want to do this, it's going to cost you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will cost you. So feel encouraged, I hope, because to me, this is vindication and confirmation. Y'all must be growing for sure. People are bothered. You got the attention of the world. And all of your haters and your naysayers and backbiters and backstabbers and all those motherfuckers, okay, are, sucking on lemons and persimmons right now. Because a lot of these people build up their name off of defaming you. They build up their legacies or their social medias or whatever they created off of taking advantage of your dark nights of the soul while operating out of hypocrisy and double standards and failing to mention their own unsavory lives. And they try to use you as an example, and you guys blew everybody out of the water, okay, out of nowhere. And it really wasn't out of nowhere because you guys were healing. But this is causing an issue for people that were trying to use you as the topic of their teaching discussions. See, you don't want to be like her or him, because look at what happened to them when they was not a part of our group anymore. Look what happened to them when they left our this. Look what happened to them when they. And so that served them for a while as you guys were struggling. But nobody was mentioning that you guys were going through dark nights of the soul. People were doing ritual work on you. People were stealing from you. People were copying you. People were attacking you and your children. Nobody talks about that while they were trying to make a mockery of you. But now, the collective that this applies to, you guys have kind of rose from the ashes. And I'm not saying you guys have everything you want. And I'm not saying that you're perfect. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that You guys have developed a level of mastery and you have learned how to work with your team and how to love on yourself and regain autonomy and all these things that people didn't bank on. They wanted you forever trying to figure out some shit. These people were trying to make you all go crazy, make you wonder what happened. What do they do with this? And why are they hiding that? And what do all these games, and which now are driving them crazy because that's dishonorable. It's narcissistic. It's a mental problem. It's dark witchcraft and it's mind games. And some of them had to learn or is learning the hard way that it was ill advised to fuck with y'all mind. That was the most dumbest thing they could ever do, was to try to torture you, to try to make you feel like you're going crazy, to try to make you, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out puzzles and shit and all that kind of shit. They played Russian roulette and they lost. They lost big. And for some of you all, your kinfolks were involved with this. Okay. While you all would try to reach out and talk to people, they played crazy. They knew full well that they were hiding shit that belonged to you. And every last one of them are going to pay for that if they haven't already. They were doing shit to some of y'all's children so that you would be overstressed and overexerted trying to deal with your child, not knowing what the hell was wrong and going on with them, so that you would be distracted from healing and ascending and from your purpose. This too was ill-advised. Now they're paying for that as well. They did not bank on some of y'all to figure all of this shit out. They didn't bank on some of y'all starting to heal and know who was behind shit and just say, fuck it. They banked on you caring. They banked on your heart. They banked on all these things. And now they're pissed because all of that shit just ended up blowing up in their faces. So collective, if you guys got people constantly trolling your social media, if you're a content creator, okay, or even in your workspace, your business that's constantly trying to nitpick you and so-called report you and trying to get you shut down and shut up, let me tell you something. As long as you're aligning to your higher self, you keep moving forward, and let this be an indication to you that you must be on point. And do know this, you're a natural alchemist. If they tear one thing down, you will create some other shit and you will be heard. And this is the way the cookie crumbles. They gonna learn. Deuce.